Hello, in this lecture we'll talk about the structure of the great poem The Night in the Panther Skin. Actually, the poem consists of 1669 stanzas, and each stanza consists of 4 lines. And each line consists of 16 syllables. Actually, the poem is built, the structure of the poem is according to a particular poetic form that is called shairi. And we have 2 types of shairi. We have the Marali shairi and we have the Dabali shairi. In Marali shairi, the lines, each line consists of course 16 syllables, and the lines are broken into 4 segments. Each segment consists of 4 syllables, so it is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and here we have a break or comma after the second segment. Okay. While in the Dabali shairi, each line is also broken into 4 segments, but here the first segment consists of 5 syllables, the second segment consists of 3 syllables, then we have a comma after the second segment, the break, then the third segment consists of 5 syllables, and finally the fourth segment consists of 3 syllables. So in conclusion, in the Dabali shairi, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, while in Marali shairi, the structure of the 16 syllables is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. In both times, we have a comma after the second segment, here and here. Okay, and what is the fast pace? Actually, when the pace of the plot is fast, then the structure of the 16 syllables will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming will be on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. And what is the definition of a fast pace? The definition of a fast pace is when in the stanza we have things that happened during a long period of time, then the pace of the stanza is fast, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables will be in this stanza will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming will be on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, I repeat again that fast pace is when in the stanza we have things that happened during a long period of time. Okay, and we will use in this particular form that is called shairi, Dabali shairi is whenever the pace of the plot is slow, then the structure of the 16 syllables in this line will be according to the Dabali shairi, that is to say 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. What is slow pace? Slow pace, when the pace of the plot is slow. An example of a slow pace of the plot is when the poet quotes the things that someone told to someone else, then this things happen at a certain moment, and therefore the pace of the plot is slow. And whenever the pace of the plot is slow, that is the Balishari, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. Or in other words, we can say also that each line is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. And the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Well, if the pace of the plot is fast, then it is Marali Shairi. Then each line is also broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming will be on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. And the last, another characteristic of this great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin, is that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Repeat again. The characteristic is that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Okay, so in order to clarify the things that I mentioned here, all the characteristics of this great poem, I'll give you a couple of examples. We'll start with stanza 802. Stanza 802 is in chapter 11, and chapter 11 is about the testament of Tandil to King Ostevan when he stole away. That is to say, Tandil, that is the commander of the Arab armies, escaped from King Ostevan, that is the king of Arabia, and went to India to meet his friend Tariel. Okay, and here in stanza 802, the poet quotes the things that Tandil told to King Ostevan before he escaped to India. Actually here, Tandil tells to King Ostevan that if something bad will happen to him during his journey to India to meet Tariel, then he asks for King Ostevan that the king should mourn his death, and also he asked from the king that he mentioned his name, he will say on him good things. Okay, so I read the stanza in the translation to English, then I will read the stanza in the original language, the Georgian language, and we'll analyze this stanza 802. I repeat again, stanza 802. It is the quoting of things, of the things that Tandil tells to King Ostevan, and as I already mentioned before, whenever we are quoting of someone, when the poet quotes of someone, of some character of this poem, it will be always in the Dabali Shairi. It is slow pace because it is things that happen at a certain moment. So, and in the Dabali Shairi, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, so I will read the stanza 802 in the translation to English, and then in the original language, and we will analyze this stanza 802. So standard 802 in the translation to English is as follows. If fate, the destroyer of all, destroy me, and often I shall die, traveling unwarned by parents, nor will those who brought me up, nor the friend whom I trust enshroud me, then indeed will you, merciful, tender heart, have pity on me. Okay. Now I'll read this stanza in the original language and we'll analyze it. The stanza in the Jordan language is as follows. Tu shach ut roman damam chos, obelta damam chobelman, raribi mogde raribat, verdami tiros shobelman, verar shem sud ron das dilta da versa misan dobelman. Monshe mitzralos twenman ve, ulman motzalem lobelman. So actually, the first two words of line number 1 are tu, sa, ut, roman. Tu consists of 1 syllable, sa, ut, roman consists of 4 syllables. In total, those two words, tu, sa, ut, roman, consists of 5 syllables. So that is the first segment of line number 1. Then we have the third word is da, mam, chos. It consists of 3 syllables. Then we have the next two words is ovelta, damam. Ovelta consists of 3 syllables, damam consists of 2 syllables, so in total in segment 3 we have 5 syllables. And finally we have obelman. Obelman consists of 3 syllables, obelman. So in conclusion you can say that line number 1 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say Obelman, Obelman, Obelman and Obelman. Then in line and on how many letters the poet repeats in line number 1 of the last word. The last word of line number 1 is damam chobelman. This word consists of 13 letters, and the repetition is on the last 7 letters of this word damam chobelman. That is to say, the repetition is on Obelman. Obelman consists of the letters O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. So the poet repeats on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. You can see here in line number 2, the last word is Shobelman. The last word is Shobelman. This word consists of 9 letters. And the repetition is on Obelman. In line number 3, the last word of line number 3 is Misan Dobelman. This word consists of 13 letters, and the repetition is on Obelman. It is the last 7 letters. And finally, the last word of line number 4 is a long word, Motzalem Lobelman. And here again, the repetition is on the letters O, B, A, L, M, A, and then Obelman. Okay, so you can say that the repetition in stanza 802 is on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. Now we'll continue to line number 2. In line number 2, The first two words are Ra, Re, Bi. It consists of 3 syllables. Then we have Mokde that consists of 2 syllables. In total, those two words, Ra, Re, Bi, Mokde, consist of 5 syllables. Then the third word of line number 2 is Ra, Re, Bat. It consists of 3 syllables. Then the next two words are Ver, Damitiros. Ver consists of 1 syllable. Damitiros consists of 4 syllables. In total, those two words, Ver, Damitiros, consist of 5 syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 2 is Mshobelman. The word Mshobelman consists of 3 syllables. Mshobelman. So in conclusion, you can say that the structure of the 16 syllables in line number 2 is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. And the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables, Obelman. Okay, and the repetition is on the last 7 letters, as I already mentioned before. O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. Then we have the first two words of line number 3 are Verar, Shem, Sudron. Verar consists of 2 syllables. Shem, Sudron consists of 3 syllables. So in total, those two words, Verar, Shem, Sudron, consist of 5 syllables. Then we have Daz, Dilta. This word consists of 3 syllables. Then we have the word Daverza, Misand. Da consists of 1 syllable, Verza consists of 2 syllables, and Misand consists of 2 syllables. So in total, in the first segment we have 1 plus 2 plus 2, that is 5. And finally, we have Obelman that consists of 3 syllables. So, in conclusion, you can say that line number 3 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables, that is to say, of the last word. The last word is Misandobelman, it consists of 5 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this word, Misandobelman, that is to say, Obelman. And then we have line number 4. The first two words of line number 4 is Mun, She, Meets, Ra, Los. Mun consists of 1 syllable. She, Meets, Ra, Los consists of 4 syllables. So the first segment of line number 4 consists of 5 syllables. Then we have Quen, Man, Ve. It consists of 3 syllables. Then we have Kulman, Mozzale. Kulman consists of 2 syllables, and Mozzale consists of 3 syllables. In total, the third segment consists of 5 syllables. And then we have Obelman that consists of 3 syllables. So, in conclusion, you can say that the structure of the 16 syllables in line number 4 is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word. The last word is Motzalem Lobelman, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this word, that is to say, on Obelman. So, in conclusion, you can say that standard 802 is built according to the Bali Shairi, that is to say, each line is broken into 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 segments, or into 4 segments. That the first segment is 5 syllables, the second segment consists of 3 syllables, the third segment consists of 5 syllables, and the fourth segment consists of 3 syllables. the rhyming is on the last three syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say, Obermann, 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 and Obermann, and the repetition is on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. That is to say, the repetition is on letters O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. Okay? As I already mentioned before, because of the fact that stanza 802 is the quoting of the things that of Tandil tells to King Gosteban, it is the Bali Shari, it is slow paced, and for that reason the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line, Obermann, 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 and Obermann, and the repetition is on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. The letters are O, B, A, L, M, A, and N. So we finish with stanza 802. So in the next step we will analyze stanza 791. Stanza 791 is aphorism about love. What is an aphorism? An aphorism is a concise statement about a truth, a sentiment, or a principle. And stanza 791 is an aphorism about love. Usually, when you have aphorism in the poem, it is in the Marali Shairi, it is in the fast pace, but we have exceptions, and we can find also aphorism that is in the Bali Shairi is slow pace. Actually, the poem itself consists of more than 200 aphorisms about love, about brotherhood, and so on. Okay, so I'll read stanza 791 in the translation to English, then I'll read it in the original language, and we'll analyze this stanza 791. So stanza 791 in the translation to English is as follows. Thou hast read how the apostles write of love, how they speak of it, how they praise it, know thou it, and harmonize thy knowledge. Love exalted us. This is, as it were, the tinkling burden of their song. If thou conceive not this, how can I convince ignorant men? Okay, now I'll read the stanza in the original language and we'll analyze this stanza 791. צגי כתחף, סירוארול שע, מוציא קולני, רגואר צרן, ותתרויין ותקבן, צן סנובני מהפרן. סירוארולי אגווה מרלפס, ותז'רואני אמס ז'ררן. של ארג'ל חר, וסתבלליקץ ניבית פסה שבע ג'רן. So, the first word of line number 1 is Tsagi Kitchavs. It consists of 4 syllables. Then the second word is Sirwarul Sa. It also consists of 4 syllables. The third word is Motzi Hulni. It also consists of 4 syllables. And finally, the last 2 words of line number 1 of stanza 791 is Ragwar Tseren. Ragwar consists of 2 syllables. Tseren also consists of 2 syllables. So in total, the last 2 words of line number 1 consist of 4 syllables. And therefore, line number 1 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say, the rhyming is on Even, 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 and Even. And therefore, actually, the poet repeats on Even. And Even consists of 4 letters of A, R, A, and N. Okay, so in conclusion, we can say that the structure of the syllables in line number 1 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. The rhyming is on the last 2 syllables RN, and the repetition is on letters A, R, A, and N. Then the first 2 words of line number 2 is Vit. It consists of 1 syllable. It, we, and consists of 3 syllables. So those 2 words, Vit, it, we, and consist of 4 syllables. Then we have Vit, Akeben. Vit consists of 1 syllable. Akeben consists of 3 syllables. So the second segment of line number 2 consists of 4 syllables. Then we have the next 2 words are Tzan, Snobani. Tzan consists of 1 syllable. Snobani consists of 3 syllables. In total, those 2 words, Tzan, Snobani, consist of 4 syllables. Then we have the last word of line number 2 is Mi, A, Peren. It consists of 4 syllables. Therefore, the structure of the 16 syllables in line number 2 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on RN. That is the last 2 syllables of word Mi, A, Peren, the last word Mi, A, Peren. The repetition is on the letters A, R, A, and N. Then in line number 3 we have Sir. The first word is Sirwaruli. This word consists of 4 syllables. Then we have the second word of line number 3 is Agwamarlebs. It also consists of 4 syllables. Then the next 2 words of line number 3 of stanza 791 is Vit, Ejwani. Vit consists of 1 syllable, of course. Ejwani consists of 3 syllables. In total, those 2 words, Vit, Ejwani, consist of 4 syllables. That is the third segment of line number 3. And finally, the last 2 words of line number 3 is Amas. It consists of 2 syllables, and Jreren, it also consists of 2 syllables. So the fourth segment of line number 3 consists of 4 syllables. Therefore, the structure of the 16 syllables of line number 3 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. The rhyming is on the last 2 syllables RN, because the last word is Jreren, and the rhyming is on RN. And the repetition in line number 3 of stanza 791 is on letters A, R, A, and N. The last 4 letters of the last word, Jreren. Then we have in line number 4, the first 4 words are Shen, Al, Jerchal. each word consists of one syllable. In total, the first segment consists of 4 syllables. Then we have us, tzav, lel, ni. The fifth word, us, tzav, lel, ni, consists of 4 syllables. Then we have the next two words, katzni, vidimtza. Katzni consists of 2 syllables. Vidimtza also consists of 2 syllables. In total, the third segment of line number 4 consists of 4 syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 4 is sheva jeren. The last word consists of 4 syllables. Therefore, the structure of the 16 syllables in line number 4 of stanza 791 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word. The last word of line number 4 is sheva jeren. It consists of 4 syllables. The word sheva jeren, it consists of 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of this word sheva jeren. That is to say, the rhyming is on eren, and the repetition is on the letters A, R, A, and N. So in conclusion, you can say that stanza 791 is, according to the Marali Shairi, it is aphorism about love. Therefore, it is in a fast pace, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say, eren, 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 and eren, and the repetition is on the last 4 letters of the last word in each line. The letters are as follows: A, R, A, and N. Okay, we finished with stanza 791. In the next step, we will focus on stanza number 2. Actually, this great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin, consists of prologue and epilogue. Prologue is the introduction to the poem. It is not part of the story. And stanza number 2 is part of the prologue. So, because of the fact that stanza number 2 is in introduction, it is not part of the poem, the structure will be here according to the Balisher. It is in a slow pace. The fact that you can write any poem without prologue and epilogue, you can conclude from it that stanza number 2, that is part of the prologue, it is in a slow pace, because you can write the poem without the prologue and epilogue at all. Therefore, it is in a slow pace, and the structure of the 16 syllables in each line will be 5 plus 3 and 5 plus 3, and the rhyming will be of the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. So, in stanza number 2, the poet praises God that created the universe, and he asks from God that God protect him and shield him from the Satan, and also he asks from God that God should give him the longing of lovers lasting unto death. And finally, the poet asks from God that God should lighten the burden of the sins that he must bear with him. So I'll read the stanza in the translation to English, then I'll read it in the original English, and we'll see on how many letters of the last word in each line the poet repeats. So the stanza, in the stanza number 2 in the translation to English, is as follows: O one God, thou didst create the face of every form. Shield me, give me mastery to trample on Satan. Give me the longing of lovers, lasting even unto death. Lightening of the burden of sins I must bear thither with me. Okay, now I'll read it in the original English. The stanza number 2 in the original English is as follows. Merto, erto, shen shekmen sacher oblisa tanisa, shen dami pare, dreva metz tat gunvat mesatanisa, momets mishnurta survili sik didme kasatanisa, tsodvata shesubukeba montana zasatanisa. I will not repeat on each word of this stanza. I already mentioned that the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. The rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Here, the last word of line number 3, of line number 1 is Tanisa. Actually, the word Tanisa, here the meaning of word Tanisa is body, and repeats. Actually, the rhyming is on Tanisa, that consists of 3 syllables, Tanisa. And then the last word of line number 2 is Satanisa, that is the Satan, and the rhyming is on the last, it consists of 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this word Satanisa, that is to say on Tanisa. Then the last word of line number 3 is Kasatanisa. This word consists of 5 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of this word Kasatanisa. The last 3 syllables are Tanisa, and finally the last word of line number 4 is Gasatanisa. The last word is Tsasatanisa. The last word of line number 4 is Tsasatanisa. This word also consists of 5 syllables, and the last 3 syllables of this word Tsasatanisa is Tanisa. So the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line, that is to say Tanisa, 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 and Tanisa. And now we will see on how many letters of the last word in each line the poet repeats. The last word of line number 1 is Tanisa, and here the poet repeats on all the letters of the last word, Tanisa. And the letters are T, A, N, E, S, and A. Again, T, A, N, E, S, and A. Then the last word of line number 2 is Satanisa. This word consists of 8 letters, and the poet repeats on the last 6 letters, that is to say Tanisa, that is T, A, N, E, S, and A. Then the last word of line number 3 is Kasatanisa. The word Kasatanisa consists of 10 letters, and the repetition is on the last 6 letters of this word Kasatanisa, that is to say T, A, N, E, S, and A. And finally, we have the last word of line number 4 is Tasatanisa. This word also consists of 10 letters, and the repetition is on the letters T, A, N, E, S, and A, Tanisa. So in conclusion, we can say that stanza number 2, that is part of the prologue, is the Bali Shairi in a slow pace, and the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line, that is to say Tanisa, 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 and Tanisa, and the repetition is on the last 6 letters of the last word in each line. Actually, the repetition is on Tanisa, and therefore, the word Tanisa consists of 6 letters as follows: T, A, N, E, S, and A. Okay? So actually, the great poet Shota Saveri succeeded to combine all these characteristics in his poem The Night in the Panther Skin, and we can read it and enjoy from this masterpiece that is one of the most genius poems that written by mankind. Okay, thank you very much.